Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to really dig into the world of forex trading,
Yeah.
foreign exchange.
Push.
We've got some good stuff from RoleCatcher.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're the career experts.
They are.
They know what's up
And we're hoping to figure out what it takes to really make it in this world.
to succeed in this fast-paced world, right?
Yeah, cut through the noise,
Yeah, beyond the hype.
that you can make millions overnight.
Exactly. We're going to look at what a forex trader actually does every day,
Oh.
the skills they need, even some of those personality traits that can determine success or failure.
Okay, so when I think about a forex trader, like the picture in my mind is someone just like glued to a screen with all the little numbers going up and down.
Right, and making those split-second
Is
decisions.
that even remotely true?
You're not far off, but there's more to it than just that.
Right.
Analysis is key. Forex traders analyze those currencies, trying to make a profit off those constant changes.
Right, the exchange rates.
Exactly. But it's not just about staring at numbers all day.
Oh, yeah.
To make smart decisions, they have to be on top of market trends, global indicators, even political stuff, which, by the way,
I was just going to say, how does that even play into it?
oh, it does. These events that seem totally unrelated, they can shake up currency values big time.
Wow, so you need to understand the forces behind the numbers.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about the actual work environment? Is it all still like that Wall Street trading floor stereotype?
It's a mix. You've got your traditional financial institutions, for sure, but those online trading platforms have been a game changer.
Right.
Now you have a lot of Forex traders working remotely, which comes with its own pros and cons.
Advantages, any challenges? I'm intrigued because RoleCatcher mentions the high earning potential that's alluring.
Of course, who wouldn't want that?
Right, but they also say it's super demanding.
Yeah, it can be really intense.
High stress, long hours.
Absolutely.
Probably no 9 to 5 there.
Well,
So is the potential payoff really worth it?
that is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
The potential is there, definitely, but you can't forget that the market, it's unpredictable.
Right.
Just as you could win big, you could lose big.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why you need strong analytical skills and constant learning in this field.
Constant learning. I thought it was just about numbers.
It's way more than that.
Why is staying updated on global events so crucial?
Because the global economy, it's like this giant web, right? Even events that seem isolated can cause ripples throughout the whole system.
Okay, I'm feeling...
Like, imagine a major drought in a country that's a big exporter of some key thing, some commodity.
Right.
Disrupts supply chains, affects the value of that commodity.
And the currencies of everyone involved.
You got it. Traders have to see these chain reactions coming, and that takes a deep understanding of how everything's connected globally.
Okay, so it's like this high-stakes puzzle connecting global events to currency values.
You got it.
How do you even get into this?
It's not easy.
RoleCatcher mentions a few paths, and it's not just a finance degree, it's a mix.
Multidisciplinary, yeah. Math skills are a must, but you also need to grasp economic principles.
Right, to make sense of all that data.
Exactly. Interpreting data, analyzing trends, understanding how everything impacts those currencies.
It sounds like they're looking for a pretty well-rounded skill set.
That's an understatement.
I even saw RoleCatcher mention psychology in a field driven by numbers. That's interesting to me.
It's all about market sentiment, not just the numbers themselves, but what's driving the behavior behind them.
Okay, explain that.
So imagine a big political announcement sparks a wave of optimism in the market.
People feeling good, yeah.
That could lead to more investment in a certain currency, which drives up its value.
Wow, I never thought about it like that.
Traders need to be able to read those subtle cues, understand the psychology of the market.
So you need to understand behavioral economics, too. It's fascinating how this all connects.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like you need analytical thinking, adaptability, a grasp of global affairs.
Absolutely. All of that is essential to succeed in this environment.
Wow, this is a lot to take in.
And we're just getting started.
Okay, so on top of those foundational skills,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also brings up these specialized certifications,
Right.
like the CFA
Right. The Chartered Financial Analyst.
and the CFTT, the Certified Financial Technician.
Those are big ones.
Are those just to look good on a resume,
Not at all.
or do they actually matter to employers?
They matter. They show a real commitment to professional development, a
Yeah.
deeper understanding of analysis.
Okay, so it's like a signal.
Exactly. It shows employers you're serious, that you've invested in specialized knowledge.
A way to stand out, show your expertise.
For sure.
Okay, so what about the career path itself?
Yeah, how do you move up in the Forex world?
Once you're in, what does upward mobility actually look like?
RoleCatcher lays out a pretty clear progression, starting with entry level, then you've got junior trader, senior trader, and eventually head of forex trading.
So you're climbing that ladder, but you're also like getting more specialized as you go.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, and speaking of expertise,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also talks about these, I don't know, almost like less tangible skills
Right.
that make you successful.
Yeah, like what's the mindset you need?
Yeah, they mention active listening, critical thinking, sound judgment.
They need it all.
It sounds like they're saying your mindset is just as important as, like, the technical stuff.
It really is. You have to think on your feet, make those split-second decisions when the pressure's on.
And sometimes with not even all the information.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. But it's not just about being decisive.
Yeah.
It's about bouncing back. Forex is a roller coaster. There are going to be wins and losses.
For sure.
Being able to learn from mistakes, adapt your strategies, not get emotional when things get tough. That's what separates the pros from everyone else.
So you need that mental toughness to ride out the ups and downs.
Absolutely.
RoleCatcher even mentioned emotional intelligence.
That's huge.
Now, that's not something I usually associate with, like traders.
Interesting.
It seems like, I don't know, like a therapist's thing.
Right.
How does emotional intelligence actually play into, like, the crazy world of Forex?
It's all about knowing yourself and managing those emotions. Imagine a trader who gets a little, I don't know, impulsive after a big win.
Okay.
Starts taking wild risks. That's a recipe for disaster. A trader with high emotional intelligence, they recognize those patterns in themselves, and they have strategies to stay grounded.
So it's like checks and balances to keep your emotions in check.
Exactly. Maybe they set stricter limits or walk away from the screen when they're on a roll or have a system to evaluate trades without letting their feelings get in the way.
That makes sense. You don't want your emotions making decisions for you.
Exactly.
Sounds like you need nerves of steel, especially with those crazy hours RoleCatcher mentioned.
Oh yeah, the market never sleeps. Forex traders often work crazy hours to keep up with breaking news, data releases.
Right, because something that happens on the other side of the world
Exactly.
can impact everything.
You got it. That's where the flexibility of working remotely can be amazing.
Work from anywhere.
Right. But it also takes a lot of discipline to not let work take over your life.
It's a good point. It's a double-edged sword.
It really is.
Yeah.
You have the freedom, but you need boundaries.
Yeah, you got to find that balance.
For sure. And, you mentioned emotional intelligence and how it's about self-awareness.
Yeah.
But there's also a whole other side to it.
Okay.
It's about reading other people, even though you're looking at charts and graphs all day.
Wait, what do you mean? How does that work?
Well, the best traders, they're not just reading charts. They're reading the market's mood, market sentiment, we call it.
Right.
It's like understanding the psychology of the whole market, knowing how other traders might react.
To like certain events.
Exactly, like if a central bank suddenly raises interest rates.
Oh, okay.
A trader with good emotional intelligence can see how that might impact the currency, but they can also sense how other traders might react. Fear, excitement, hesitation. It all adds to the volatility and creates both risks and opportunities.
So it's like you're a financial detective,
Haha, yeah.
but also an amateur psychologist.
Trying to always stay one step ahead.
This is wild.
Mhm.
It's amazing how many different skills come into play here.
It's true. You're putting together this puzzle using analytical skills, economic knowledge, and yeah, even a bit of psychology.
To try and figure out where the market's going next.
That's the game.
And we can't forget about the elephant in the room.
What's that?
Algorithmic trading.
Ah, yes.
More and more decisions are made by algorithms.
That's true.
So how do human forex traders adapt to that?
It's the question, isn't it?
Are we all just going to be obsolete?
Well, algorithms are getting smarter, no doubt.
Right.
But I think humans still bring something unique to the table.
Okay, I'm listening.
Algorithms, they're great at handling tons of data super fast, seeing patterns, making trades based on what they're programmed to do.
Right, that's their strength.
But they don't have intuition, adaptability, that human understanding of context.
So it's not about, like, humans versus machines.
Not at all.
It's about finding a way to make them both work together.
Exactly. The best Forex traders will be those who can use the strength of both. Think of algorithms like powerful tools, right?
Okay.
They can automate things, find opportunities, manage risk more efficiently.
Okay, so they're helpful.
They are. But you still need humans to make sense of the data, change strategies as needed, make those judgment calls that require experience and intuition.
So it's like having a high-tech co-pilot.
Love that analogy.
They do the calculations, but the human's still the pilot.
You got it.
So we've talked about the skills, the mindset, but what about that actual career path? RoleCatcher outlines those stages.
Right.
Can you walk us through what that journey might actually look like? It does seem like you need to pay your dues and really learn the ropes before taking on more responsibility.
Absolutely.
But what happens once you've proven yourself? What's the next step up from junior trader?
That's when you might move into a senior trader role.
Okay.
You're not just executing trades at that point.
Yeah.
You're managing a bigger portfolio, maybe even mentoring newer traders.
So you're responsible for more than just yourself.
Exactly. Your understanding of the market has to be even sharper.
Because you're making decisions that affect other people.
You got it. And you might even be developing trading strategies for your whole team or even the entire firm.
Wow. Okay, so it's a big jump from making trades to actually designing the strategy.
It is.
That must come with a whole other level of pressure,
You're not wrong.
but also rewards, I imagine.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so what about the top?
The top.
Yeah, like the head of forex trading.
Now that's a whole other ball game.
What does that even look like?
Being the head of forex trading, it's like conducting an orchestra of market activity.
Okay, I like that.
You're setting the strategy for the entire forex operation within your organization.
So you're thinking big picture.
Big picture. Long term, you're not worried about individual trades anymore. It's about managing risk for the whole portfolio.
Making sure your team has what they need.
Yep. Giving them guidance, constantly analyzing those market trends to fine-tune your overall strategy.
So you need more than just market knowledge at that point.
You need all leadership skills, the ability to make big decisions under pressure, and the vision to navigate a world that's constantly changing.
I like the difference between being a skilled sailor
Okay,
and being the admiral of a whole fleet.
I like that.
You need to understand the ship and the entire ocean.
It's a good analogy.
With everything we've talked about, all the ins and outs of this world,
It's a lot.
what's the one thing you really want our listeners to walk away with?
Don't buy into those get-rich-quick promises. You see them everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
This is a field that takes dedication, discipline, a real thirst for knowledge, and the ability to bounce back from setbacks.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No, but for the right person, someone who's passionate about finance, fascinated by the global economy, and always hungry to learn and adapt.
It can be an amazing career.
Absolutely. Incredibly rewarding and stimulating.
That's a great note to end on.
It is.
So for anyone who's feeling intrigued by the world of forex trading, remember it's not just about the numbers.
Nope.
It's about understanding what makes them move.
The forces at play?
It takes continuous learning, that emotional intelligence we talked about, and the flexibility to adapt in a constantly changing landscape.
It's wild, right?
That's for sure. And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the next forex trading prodigy, out there navigating the global markets with skill and insight.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's always room for new talent.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of forex trading.
Wow, that went by fast.
A huge thank you to you, Expert Speaker's Name, for sharing your expertise with us today.
It was my pleasure. Always happy to talk about this stuff.
And to everyone listening, stay curious, keep exploring.
And keep learning.
And we'll catch you on the next episode of The Deep Dive, where we'll unpack another fascinating topic. Until then, happy learning.